We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
Happy Friday.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Steve and Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from the Valley of the Sun.
Today, Jill and I talk about, well, it's Jill Friday, and she's going to talk about how to talk to a seller. Sounds trite and silly, especially to a data person like me. Because people like me, well, how to talk to a seller. This is how you talk to your seller. Hello.
What do you got?
I'd like to sell. Yes, I got your letter, and I'm wondering if it's legit. Yeah, come on. You're talking too slow. Let's
Hurry
go.
up.
That's not how you talk
I
to
sent
a seller.
out 3,000 offers. Hurry it up, ma'am. Hurry it up. Come on, lady.
You want
Get
to
to
sell
the
or
point.
not? Going to the bar. I'm on my way to the bar. You want to sell or not?
Just sign it and send it in, would you?
That's not how you do it. Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. It's so funny.
It's just really funny. There's a reason why we don't let you talk on the phone. That's totally true. Wait. Truth time. Like our phone ring in our office back when we had an office. And I get excited. I'm like, ooh, let me answer. And Steven's like, get me away. Is it still ringing? Why am I hearing ringing?
That's my exit.
Steven's like, see ya.
You've clearly forgotten to subscribe to the Land Academy YouTube channel, but please do so now and comment on the shows you like.
Right. You would also sneak over and go and like close my office door.
Yep.
Like, here they go again.
I have 30 minutes of peace. Jill's talking to a seller.
That's funny. All right. Jeff wrote, I was sharing yield data with another member here. I can't remember who. And we figured out that his yield was so far off because he was using an employee to handle the incoming calls.
Ding, ding.
I'm set up differently from him in a lot of ways, but I still worry that handing off my least favorite part of this could ruin it.
Yep.
Jack and Jill talk a lot about the benefits of doing this as a partnership, but I'm not looking to give away half of the pie.
I did.
So I would only consider having the Jill work done by a paid employee or a VA. That's okay too.
This is all you.
Oh, so
honestly, I got pure luck with Jill.
Well, we didn't have to make this a partnership. You chose to do that. So there's probably people out there. There's lots of people out there that would, the way it worked out. Yes, we do. We are partners in every way you can imagine. So, Mommy, what does Miss Jill mean by that?
Mommy, I want a partner.
Can I have one, like Miss Jill? So, anyway, oh no, but
if your kids are in the back seat, Jill's imitating them. She just doesn't. She doesn't talk like that at random.
Could you imagine? No, that's true. So, all right, but I understand that. I would not go into this with that intent myself. If I didn't know you, let's back up. I'm this person. I'm not that good on the phone. I need someone that's good on the phone. Or I'm doing it, and I'm okay on the phone. But I could be better on the phone, and it's something I don't like to do. I would be searching and finding someone. I wouldn't make them a partner. Maybe give them a percentage on what they bring in or something like that. That's motivating. Because someone like me who has a sales background, like just because that's all they know and they're good at it, they are motivated. They might be, like I am, motivated by money. And so giving them a percentage is not nuts, but you don't have to give them 50%. Don't even worry about that.
We have a very successful career path member who structures it like this. He found a person like Jill and said, for every deal he pays for everything. Mm-hmm. She didn't put a dollar in. Mm-hmm. And so for every deal, he says, we need to buy this at $30,000. She goes and buys it. Mm-hmm. And from there, he's off. He's done from there. And she goes and sells it for 80 or whatever the number is. And he pays her 25% of everything.
Yeah, something like that. And it's per transaction then, by the way.
Yeah, it's per transaction.
And then it's not, they're motivated.
There's no salaries or any of that.
Exactly. So there's a lot of ways you can do this. You could also, seriously, I would totally consider having someone in your office learning from you and then answering the phones, and just that's their job. And then there could be a salaried position if you don't want to give up that much of it, and make it a little bonus on the stuff that they sell because they do get a salary. There's just depends on what everybody needs and wants, and
Look, I wouldn't go into this with a calculator first.
Correct.
I would go into this first trying to find the right person.
Correct.
And ask them what they want.
Correct.
I'll tell you what they're not going to say. Oh, I want to be your partner and I want 50% of this company. They're not going to say that. No
well, if they
one would
do,
ever
they're the
say
wrong
that.
person.
That's right.
Oh, truth time. We were going to do this a couple of years ago. We were going to spin off our land company and run it a different way. This is many years ago. And we had some friends of ours who had time. He was a data nut. He wasn't even going to really be involved. It was her that was going to be involved and really help me. She sat me down and told me what the percentage was going to be with this new company that you built up over 2 decades. And then she was going to get involved with this here and how she deserved half of it. And I'm like, that was the last meeting we had. Yeah. Not kidding. And it was in our office, by the way, in our conference room. And she's telling me how that's, I'm like, well, and we're done.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. So there's lots of ways.
Some people are just addicted to negotiation. They're like, oh, I can get it for more. I have a really good friend.
Right.
Well, it's a family friend of ours, but the guy, it's a couple. And the guy is he's addicted to negotiation. He's got to get it for $50 less. Oh. He'll walk away.
Right.
That's just not, and I mean like a motorcycle or something. It's just, I don't like that. That's a little too far gone because you're trying to get a deal done here. That's the point. And I'm going to talk about in a minute. Today's topic, it's Jill Friday. How to talk to a seller. This is the meat of the show.
So that was a good segue talking about that individual because they're so stubborn on the price. They're going to walk away from what might be a good deal because they didn't get to the bottom of it. It's just more like they just have something in them to get it.
Well, math isn't driving it.
No, that's true.
It's this lust for negotiation. If it's priced at $500, it's worth $1,000 and you need to get it for $400. That's a personality problem.
I know.
Why not just pay $500?
That's true. So today we're talking about how to talk to a seller. And I'm going to talk about nuances today. And because we have many other shows, and I'll do many more shows about the specifics and the situations and really get detailed. But the bottom line is you're going to have many different people calling you, and they're motivated by many different reasons as to why they're selling. So, number one, I want you to answer the phone with a good attitude and speak to them like they're your best friend. This is where I lose Steven. Like right now. You don't like that?
I pushed my microphone away and sat on my hands.
Okay. You don't like that?
Jill, just leave me out of it.
Okay, got it.
I forever talk on Jack Thursday. Just
all right.
Forget about that I'm here.
Okay, I will forget you're here. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right. So what, Jill? I answer the phone. There's a different things than going, yep. When you answer the phone, seriously.
This is good as stuff, actually.
It really is. People do that. Uh-huh. Like it's a call just comes in and you're like scrambling or whatever it is. You're not ready. Do your best to be ready. And if you're not ready, have a note. Like I used to carry around a notepad and a pen with me. So I knew I was ready. When the moment I answered, I'd have it right there. So at least I can quickly start writing down the situation. So have a good attitude and speak to them nicely. That immediate thing sets the tone for how the whole rest of the transaction is going to go. If you are a jerk when they call you to sell your property off the minute, do you think that they're going to work with you on this? Probably not. You pissed them off right away. You might have pissed them off when they got your letter. So don't add to it. Don't make it worse. Have a good attitude and really talk nice to them. When I say nice to them, really go, ask them about their day. Ask them what's going on. Do you live nearby? There's so many things I'm going to talk about, that you're going to uncover here. That's really going to help you talking to a seller. So that's it. 1, 2, listen. I can't tell you how many times we're sitting on our Thursday member call, or I get properties submitted to me for deal review, and I've never spoken to the person, but I'm looking at the facts here and I'm thinking, something's going on. There's some situation. What's really happening? Why are they selling? Nobody knows why. And there's some driving force here. I can see it. I can see it in the deal. So I'll write, and you know who you are because I've written notes back to you saying, from me to the deal manager, what's really going on? Why are they selling this and not this? Why are they see this as a profitable thing? There's, whatever it is. So you've got to get that out of them, and you can do it in just a few minutes on the first phone call. And again, that tells you how this is all going to play out. My sister and I we had one the other day where, it's this guy selling these 2 properties now he was trying to sell. And a lot of it is his sister has a property next door. They're not speaking. And he's now wants to get rid of it. And he's so unhappy with his sister. He doesn't want to sell it to her, which is the likely person.
Can I stop you just for one second? When you uncover a situation like that, that's non-financial or non-economic, sister-in-law, sister, ex-wife, guy want to move, that this is what you're trying to uncover by sending this mail. So, and Jill, I don't know if it's intentional or unintentional, but part of Jill's MO is to uncover why they're selling it. And any of those social reasons are great reasons to get a good bargain on property.
Well, not only that, when you listen to this too, you might uncover things that are deal killers. Oh, I couldn't get a well done. I couldn't get this done. Think about it. The county wouldn't let me do what I wanted to do. So you need to hear that stuff because it's going to make a decision on whether or not you buy it or what price. Nobody else around here wants it. So you sent me this letter. I'm going to call you. You're like, well, okay, the neighbors don't want it. I need to think about that. What's the problem? I couldn't build a house I wanted to because it would cost too much. All right, well, that's going to make a difference when I try to sell it because the slope is so great or whatever it is. You're gonna get all kinds of information, and that's just something I watch people missing that. They're just so about the facts. And then the third thing is you're striving to get to a number and get on the same page with some number. And when I say number, I mean a sales price. And then your job is to decide if you want it at that number. So the whole goal when you're talking to these sellers is get all the information that you can. Again, you're trying to find out why they're selling, how motivated are they? Do they really want to sell? There's a lot of times too that people, we had one the other day. I said, we talk about this in the Thursday call, and I can hear when you're presenting a deal to me, I can hear what's going on.
Me too.
I can hear the seller going, all right, you talked to me into it. Yep. Fine. I'll sell you this one, but I'm only going to let it go for $80,000. Yep. This guy doesn't want to sell. It doesn't need the money. He's like, you kind of wore him down, and he said, sure, I'll give you this. And it's a make me move number. So you should be done and long gone and not even thinking about it when it's that, versus some of the other situations that we were talking about that come up. Like, I inherited it. My husband just passed, and I'm so distraught. I need the money. I need to pay for his stuff, and we're clearly not going to build our cabin there now. I got to get out of here, and I got to do it fast, and they're excited to talk to you, and you're helping them. So the whole goal here is, you're striving to get all the information you can and get to a number that you guys can agree on. So maybe the number is a number that you sent the offer on. They're like, they get it and they're excited. What's the next steps? What do I do? I'm so happy. Or it's like, shoot, that number is nuts. 20,000 is ridiculous. 45, I do, whatever it is. Your goal is to get whatever their bottom number is, get it out of them, and then you go off and see if you can make it work. That's it. Don't start getting excited too and doing your stuff before you get that number. And you can do all of this in less than 5 minutes on one phone call. It doesn't have to be an hour.
So I have some outsider observations.
Ready.
If you accomplish this, as Jill's been doing for decades, if someone they get another offer during the transaction, or if they have a couple more, they're staring at a couple offers, which it happens, not that often. Not that often. It happens in the housing, buying and selling houses all the time. There's tons of competition. People are staring at 6 letters. Who do you think they're going to call back? They're going to call Jill back because they want to talk to her, and they're going to take her call when some stuff goes on in the transaction that slightly goes sideways, then she needs to talk to them about it because they want to talk to her because it's not painful. They're not just waiting for her money. It's actually not painful to talk to her.
You do this right. You have a relationship with them and you guys are now you're in it together. And that's the goal you want. I can't tell you how many times I've had sellers call me because they're confused by escrow, whether it's a house or land. Like I'll never forget this one lady. She was just so worried about this land deal or this house deal, actually. It was a house thing. The parents had passed 10 years ago and the house was sitting for 10 years. You remember this one?
Yeah.
Great property. And they all just finally decided, the family all finally decided, now let's just get rid of it. Nobody wants it. It's been sitting for 10 years. And they put it up to this one sister. And bless her heart, she was afraid we were going to walk. So, and she would get confused by escrow things. And so I remember one time we were out of town, you know, on a trip at the beach. I'm walking through shops and I have to take this call. You know, I step out of the shop. I'm on the phone with her. It's Friday afternoon. I'm like, don't worry. We are not going anywhere. She's like, they sent me this form. Are we still okay? And I'm like, oh gosh, yes. Don't worry about it. I'll be in my office on Monday. I'll help you fill it out then. We'll go through it together on the phone. I'm not going anywhere. The money is set aside. We're going to get this done together. And she's like, oh, thank you. That's all they needed. So you develop that relationship with them. And like I said, you're doing this together and everybody's happy. They're going to say, thank you for helping me. Thank you for making this easy. Thank you for making my family getting paid out. Yeah, I know I could have gone with an agent, got more money for it and done 18 things. It was worth it to me to not have to go through that crap.
Let me drive this point home. It's really important. We spent a lot of time talking about data and finding places to send mail, and that's all my stuff. And my stuff's easy. You know, once you get the hang of it and get used to the tools and replace the tools when they're needed and you troll for environments and you get the mail out, I'll give you my job's easy. What Jill does is imperative. If I screw a lot of stuff up, she still can fix it and does. True. We had a person in one of the career paths that said, I don't get it. I'm sending out all these properties, these mailers. We're getting all this activity coming back. I don't understand why we're not buying any property. Something's wrong with Land Academy.
Yeah, and it's not.
Here's what happened. No one was answering the phone. All this inbound, they were getting voicemails, they were getting emails and all kinds of inbound correspondence, and they were sending emails back saying, great, we do want to buy your property. Thanks very much. And no one picked up the phone at all. And so they weren't doing any deals. And it took a couple of weeks in career path because these people owned other businesses. They own other businesses. So that's the way they were apparently getting away with running those other businesses. And I don't know. Yeah. And so I finally got through to them saying, Jill got mad in a good kind of mad Jill way. And said, look, you're not hearing us.
There's deals there.
You are not hearing us. There's 10 deals on your desk right now. You're just not picking up the phone and befriending these people and walking them through the transaction, holding their hand all the way to the end until they get paid.
Right. Exactly.
This is really, really important, imperative part of this business. And it gets downplayed. It gets put in the shadow of all my technical stuff often. And I don't do it intentionally, but it's really important.
Thank you very much. That was a great way to end this. If you need access to any sort of ownership or property details, including owner phone numbers and FEMA flood map overlays, please check out parcelfact.com or neighborscoop.com. Created by investors, that's us, for investors like you. Happy you could join us today. 5 days a week, you can find us here on the Land Academy Show.
Join us next week for another interesting episode. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
Thank you. That was really good.
It's a good talk.
Yeah, it is. It's important. It really is. Once you get them talking, you can add money, you can take away money. People freak out about that. I did it all wrong. Everybody was mad. So what? Find out what their bottom number is. And maybe you come up a little bit and you still get some great deals. Yep. Maybe you did go in too hot. Yep. Maybe there's something else going on. You got to talk to them and find that out. Or heaven forbid, I talked to somebody recently. I'm like, what happened? They're like, oh, I overpriced. Everybody loves me. I'm like, oh, shoot. Well, here's the good news. You got so much, so many sellers you get to dig through. I said, so dig through, find the ones you love. Yeah. and then go back and talk to those people and just say, shucks, I know you're excited about my $48,000. I'm sorry, I meant $28,000. Yeah. I goofed. Is there any way, like I really like the property, but I can't do 48.
And here's why.
I screwed up.
It doesn't have the excess I thought.
I thought it was closer to this. Yeah. I thought it had that.
So if you're in it together, they'll adjust with you. Maybe they shouldn't and probably won't give you exactly what you want, but they're in it with you.
There might be still something there. You just have to talk to them and find out. So good. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you find our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you haven't already, you've heard this before, please check out our YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button.
We are Steve and Jill. Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you find our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.